All right, it's D&D Adventure League night. So here's what's going on. I'm going to run this module, Reclamation. This is a tier 3, and it's from Storm King's Thunder, which is fine, but the way it's written, I think is kind of boring, and actually this is set up for a 4-hour adventure, and I only got 2 hours. So what I'm going to do here, check out that's right. So what I'm going to do is abbreviate it and change it a little bit because it's Easter weekend, or it's Easter week, and we're playing on Holy Thursday, so I'm going to have some Easter stuff in here. So what I did was basically I started to write. Well, what I normally do is I look at the monsters, and so here in this one you got basically like the big baddie who's like an abjurer, right? And then they are accompanied by he or she. I'm going to have her be a she. Is accompanied by swashbucklers and master thieves. So once I figure out who they are, I print out their sheets, their stat sheets separately, and then I kind of figure out what they're gonna do as far as like, are they gonna be ranged, or are they gonna be melee? And then I go to my figurines and I kind of pick. So here's my melee swashbuckler, and then here's like a this is probably a master thief ranged. And then this is a master thief because it's a rogue melee. And then we'll have the swashbucklers have bows, full-size bows. So this one here would be like a swashbuckler in the bow form. And then I got my magic users. They're going to be reading spell scrolls, because what I'm going to do, what I thought is the first encounter, and then I label the encounter, I put them in a bag. So the first encounter is going to be like a magic user and some swashbucklers and some master thieves. Like 1 master thief, 4 swashbucklers, or 3 and 2, something like that. Yeah, this is 3 and 2. Anyway, probably more swashbucklers than master thieves. What I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to have this spellcaster have a spell scroll that causes a meteor swarm. But instead of meteor swarm, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the meteors actually be like colored Easter eggs that rain down from the sky and soften up the players, like take away some of their hit points for the next encounter. Oh, by the way, okay, so here's the thing, too, I do a flowchart. And, the way the story is written, there's like a puzzle, and it's a Sudoku, and I'm not going to do that because puzzles suck, because people either get them right away or they don't get them at all. So here's my flowchart, basically. What's going to happen is there's going to be a briefing. The main quest giver is going to tell him to go get his book, which is a spell book. Go to his library. The library's in a pocket dimension, so they have to go to a place, specifically go to an altar and perform a ritual in order to open the pocket dimension to go to the other place. And it's protected by like planar magic, so there could be any kind of creatures that are in defense of this place. So they might encounter all kinds of different stuff. But basically, so that way I have the option. I've given myself an opening to like throw in whatever monsters I want to. And that's interesting because I just went to the library and just got this Planescape Adventures in the Multiverse set. So I've been reading it, and in Mort's Planar Parade, there's a time dragon, and I really like this concept of the time dragon. So I'm going to adapt that for Easter, and I'm going to tell you about that when we get there. But this briefing, so there's going to be a briefing. There's 2 different rituals, one to get into the pocket dimension, one to get out. And his acolyte, whom I think is named Tenos in this, but I'm going to call him TARDIS because I like throwing names out there people can remember. And so we'll go TARDIS because of Doctor Who. So they're going to get to the place where they have to do the ritual, but the altar is going to be protected by swashbucklers and and one spellcaster and a master thief. And what they're there to do is kind of protect the altar in case that's where the people who have already gone ahead and to the library, because they found a way in, the other people, they're protecting the gateway basically. So what I was thinking about doing was having the spellcaster cast Meteor Storm, since they're out like kind of be in like kind of a courtyard, like kind of ruins. At least that's the way I'm going to do it. I'm not going to do the altar and the Forbidden Descent. I think I'm just going to do it right outside the courtyard. And then that'll open up the pocket dimension for them to go into the library. And we'll do it that way. There won't be a lot of dungeon crawling here. So it's just going to be basically 2 combats. So the altar, they'll have Meteor Storm, but it'll actually be like the eggs coming down to hit them. And they hit pretty hard. So then these guys are going to have to decide whether they, once they clear all these guys, kill all these guys off, or scare them away, if they're going to go ahead and do the ritual right away, if they're going to try to rest. And if they rest, then there's going to be more bad guys for them to fight. If they do it right away, there'll be less. But the abjurer who's inside the library, once they do the ritual, get inside the library, pocket dimension, here, what'll happen is, this is going to be an open room. It's going to have bookcases on the sides and desks and things. It's not going to have like places like this where they're going to have to go in and hide. That doesn't make sense to me. It'll be an open shot. And what'll happen is the spellcaster, the abjurer, is going to cast summon creatures. He's going to summon a swarm of peeps. So instead of cranium rats, he's going to have, here, let's put these away. He's going to have the swarm of peeps, like little baby chickens. And I actually even wrote like the invocations down. So where are those? Because I was like looking up my Latin, and I was like, here. So when he invokes the peeps, it's going to say Infante Pullos, which means little chicks or little chickens. And then he's going to go like this little tiny gesture. And then when the other spellcaster casts the colored eggs raining from the sky, the meteor swarm, he's going to go Ego ova invocare, and like cup his hand like he's throwing an egg. And then in the big one, after the abjurer in the main fight summons the peeps, which I've got these little tiny swarm rats, and my wife actually colored some of them. So like here's a yellow peep, and there's going to be a purple peep, and purple people eater, and then there's a orange one in here too, or a pink one. There you are. And so I'll have all these peeps out on the board, and that'll make, what's going to happen with is they'll be able to attack, but it's also going to make the area where they're summoned around the player character's feet difficult terrain. And then there'll also be more swashbucklers, mostly master thieves. No, it'll be master thieves, all master thieves, I think. And then 2 spellcasters. So one's going to cast the swarm of peeps, and then the other one is going to cast a spell to invoke the giant rabbit. It was going to be, the monster is actually that time dragon that I showed you. But what I'm going to do is actually have him be a rabbit for Easter. And it's going to be Bugs Bunny. So Bugs Bunny is going to be able to fly, levitate, fly. And he's also going to be able to have a cone breath weapon that actually alters time. And as a result, like basically does like necrotic damage, basically, because like he's aging your skin. So like you're actually, so this will be the figure that I use for that. And then we got Cruella de Vil I got the other day, and I ate a chocolate rabbit and had this little medallion on it. So we'll have this medallion on her, and maybe these guys can if they defeat her, they can have the medallion. That should be the magic item, actually, that they get. But for whatever reason, this module wants a pennant. And I think Oh, this is the magic item that they're going to get, the Pennant of Vind Rune. But I'm thinking now maybe I want to give them a medallion of some kind. A magical necklace. So I think that's what I'm going to do. And see, this is great. This is why I love doing these, because talking my way through what's going to happen, I get new ideas, even if there's nobody out there listening. If you are listening, go ahead and smash like and tell me you're out there, because I'll do more of these if you want. So, yeah, and then I also have these Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle figures. So if for some reason these guys are really tough, this party's going to be levels 11 through 16, I can always throw in a couple turtles or something, and you can do something silly with them. So Easter, we got a bunny, an attack bunny, like Monty Python. He's going to be like attacking them all. Peeps, we got colored eggs. And then when these guys die too, like the neat thing about swashbucklers is that if you look at their stat sheets, see, this is the thing too. I got to get organized here. Here's Master Thief. So Master Thieves leave like a calling card. So they'll leave, like, here it says tiny paper cat, red bird feather, etc. I'm going to have them leave jelly beans. So if they kill these guys and search their pockets, they're going to find jelly beans, chocolate coins, a hollow chocolate bunny with a gem inside if they, like, search for it, and just silly stuff like that. So maybe some Easter grass in their pockets. And then the swashbuckler, they have like certain actions that they take, like so they wink, flash a charm, bow theatrically, that sort of thing. So I'm going to modify those somehow too. Maybe they'll sing the Easter Bunny's coming to town or something. And I like this because like this one's a worthless coin with a bite mark in it. I'll have it like be a worthless chocolate coin with a bite mark in it. Anyway, those are some ideas for my Easter thing. I'll tell you what happens, and hopefully these guys will have fun. And yeah, if you have any ideas for an Easter campaign, let me know. And this is a one-shot. So I will see you next time. If you have any questions about Adventure League too, I can answer those. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.